Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another wolfofbricks.com update. Once again, I am Jim, and this is where we talk about LEGO investing and reselling. So before we get into the main topic, I would like to humbly ask you to like and subscribe. Really helps out our channel. And we're going to start this video off with two questions. This is something I've just started to do. I think it's a little bit more interactive, so we'll see how it goes. Before this, I was answering questions just in the comment section of the YouTube channel. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in, and I might go ahead and read it. First question is for Tony Rica. Modulars have been one of the most popular and great returns over the years. I don't understand why you're not a fan of them. So here's the deal. I've really never been a fan of modulars. There's one or two that caught my eye. It's usually the unofficial modular sets, like the first haunted house. Some people look at it as a modular set, some people don't. I don't like the modular sets for two reasons. One is I strongly, and I could prove it, and I've made videos in the past where there are other themes and there are other sets out there that have a quicker and faster return on investment than the modular sets, right? And that's what we're trying to do. Now, there are some exceptions, right? The diner is a phenomenal set. I started to get into mechs, and then I don't Marvel mechs, right? And I don't do mechs anymore, but I did go deep, and I mean deep, into the Wolverine mech, right? Because I'm no longer looking for themes. I mean, I am, but I'm not. But if there's a theme I really don't care for, it doesn't mean I'm not going to look for certain sets in there and buy the cream of the crop, right? So the Wolverine mech, I would say, is probably the best mech that Marvel has and LEGO has ever made. The diner, it was one of the top ones, right? So that's one reason. The other reason is, I'm sure you're a lot like me. You go on these YouTube channels, right? And you see their cities. And every city looks, I don't want to say they look the same, because somebody's going to have a city and they'll say, my government building is in a different position than this other building. And that's fine. But to me, they all just seem cookie cutter. And there's a lot of LEGO YouTubers, a lot of new LEGO YouTubers. And the first thing they want to do is build a city. And they're going to spend, $200 or $300 over RRP on certain sets that were sold years ago. I personally look at it in that situation. If you're new to LEGO building a second time because you're an adult, why would you go and purchase, the green grocer, right? I understand that might be like the holy grail, or at one time it was. It's not as much as it was back then. But, why not go on BrickLink and buy the instructions and the bricks, the new bricks, for a new modular that, people are selling, and you kind of, I don't want to say you're, giving back to the community. You are. I'm not trying to go that route, but it's more creative, right? I had people email me and they're like, well, the problem with the castle, I saw your castle video. The problem with that is, you have to pull from this theme, you have to pull from that theme. What's wrong with that, right? That's what builds creativity. I mean, it's, so there's two reasons why I really don't like it. I mean, I'm just going to share with you. I mean, for instance, for my situation, if I were to ever have a city in my basement, I would probably have a little harbor over here where you could put some boats, very eclectic type of boats. Over here, I might have a little forest area where I could build a Ted Kaczynski cabin or something like that. Over here, I might have a Supermax prison. I might, I want to make it look as creative and different and unique as possible, and not just go on every YouTube channel. You see the same modular fare. To me, it's very boring, and I'm kind of disappointed that there are a lot of other people that don't do that. And real quick, I promise this is going to be a quick answer. This comes from Stefan. It says, Jim, what about LEGO set number 10964, Duplo Bathtime Fun Floating Red Panda? Would be a huge winner because it's Duplo and an animal. Thank you for paying attention. I think it's a winner because no one is talking about it. Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I actually thought about doing a video at one point in time. I'm not going to do it now, on Duplo bath toys, right? I feel like Duplo is low-key getting into the bath toy sector, right? You had the Yellow Submarine, which is a straight-up bath toy. It's in our bath. I think we have at least two, because I bought over 100 of them, right? There was at one point in time a bath train or something like that, where there were plenty of other animals like this, and this might be a continuation of that. It kind of an accessory or an ancillary set to the main one. But if you look at it right here, set number 10964, you could see that there's definitely a front and a back where you could tow other animals on it. And so I really think that LEGO is low-key getting into the bath toy business. Now the price point, it is, I don't like going that low. I would say, to be honest, the highest that would probably sell for is maybe $35, which isn't too bad. But if we were to add another zero to it, if this was a $17 set and it would go to, you know, maybe $40 or $45, I would be more interested in it. But that's just me. But again, great question. And I do think this set will do well. I'm sure there's some people out there that will go ahead and pick this up whenever it's, you know, on clearance and things of that sort. All right, folks, don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to jump into it. We're going to talk about two sets. And let me tell you, I have beaten up LEGO on the car colors and some other aspects of LEGO cars. This one I just absolutely love. It's the LEGO Icon set number 10304 Chevy Camaro Z28. Now here's the thing. I did get hopeful. I'm going to go a little bit sidetracked here. I got a little bit hopeful when I saw this, because I was like, okay, they have a Ford Mustang. They're now introducing a Chevy Camaro, right? Does that mean, you know, LEGO has this relationship with Adidas? Does that mean that LEGO will eventually unveil that LEGO Ideas Air Jordan, or they'll come out with their own Air Jordan? I really don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to stay hopeful, but because LEGO has a very deep, pretty much exclusive deal with Adidas, I don't see that happening, but I would love if it did. So this webpage that I'm on right now is from Brick Fanatics. I'm just going to go ahead and read a quick paragraph. In 2019, the LEGO Group unveiled the 10265 Ford Mustang, a detailed model that, like the original car, was customizable. Builders could take the stock car and jack up the suspension at the rear, add side exhausts, and a rear spoiler. Love that Ford Mustang. I love how customizable it is. And most noticeably of all, add an enormous supercharger. It proved hugely successful. And it's true, this is a car. Where is it? Right, it's over here. I love this car. I don't have as many as I should. And here's the thing, folks. I know I'm not the only one that does this. We are, you know, coming close towards the end of the year. I mean, we're halfway there, but in LEGO reselling, we're very close to the end of the year. And I do not have as many of these as I would like. I'm going to have to make some phone calls. I'm going to have to do some stuff. I'm doing a lot of buying. I've shared with the Patreons what specifically I'm buying, but I don't have this. Period. I just don't, and time is running out. So I know I'm not the only one that feels that anxiety as we get closer to the year. But here's a copy of how it looks. The box art looks amazing, right? For some reason, my LEGO shop at home keeps on defaulting to another country because the currency isn't US dollars. But whatever. But yes, this is totally customizable. And guess what? This is not an obnoxious color. I like this set a lot. I try not criticize, and it's not a criticism. If LEGO called me up and said, Jim, what year Chevy Camaro would you do? I would probably do the 1977. This is not the 1977, but that's okay. LEGO has plenty of time to go ahead and make a 1977 one. And when we go to camel, camel, camel for the Mustang, you could see right here, I mean, this was going for a pretty penny whenever there were some inventory and stock issues. It just sold out, especially during Q4 of last year. It got up to $270. That is crazy. I mean, that's $120 more, and it should go even higher historically once this set has retired. Would it reach $300? It probably will. I don't know if it'll do it the first year that it's retired, but it should do it maybe the second year that this set is retired. And the next set we're going to talk about is the LEGO Ideas The Office, set number 21336. Now, here's the thing. If you've noticed and you've been watching me for a while, I really don't talk about LEGO Ideas sets that are like this, where there's, you know, like Central Perk. You'll never hear me talk about Central Perk. You don't hear me talk about Seinfeld. Big Bang Theory. It's just not me. If that's you, God bless. But it's just not me. But this right here, I am so happy for this set. It's gotten a lot of reviews online. I encourage you, if you haven't read any of them, to check it out. Now again, I don't want to criticize, but there are two minifigs that I'm sure everybody knows that are missing. There is Erin right here. She should be in it, and I'm sorry, she needs to be in it. And Andy is not in there. I don't understand why Andy and Erin is not in there. Now, my favorite character from the show is Robert California. He definitely is not in there, and I'm not sore about that because he was only in there for a short period of time. But let me tell you, LEGO does have an opportunity here if they want to take advantage of it. I mean, there are a ton of minifigs in this set. But what they also could do is they could sell minifig packs similar to The Simpsons, similar to the Muppets. And when you pull up the cast of The Office, there's plenty of characters out there for it. I mean, you could have a Jan minifig. You could have Holly. I mean, I'm pretty certain Holly isn't in there. Of course, you could have Robert California. You could have Gabe. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity here. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go through and create a whole universe of this, right? I mean, you don't have to have something like Marvel or architecture where there's constantly sets being produced, right? Although a Dwight Speed Farm would be pretty cool, am I right? But it could be something similar to, you know, Ghostbusters, where they kind of flirted with a potentially short theme. I know they're coming out with Indiana Jones. That's going to be that's not going to be a theme that's going to last a long time. The Lone Ranger, that was a short theme, primarily because that theme stunk. But, you know, it was indeed a theme. I think LEGO has a lot of opportunity here. And I really think if LEGO was 10 years into their 18+ marketing campaign, I definitely think that they would be more apt to go ahead and do a box of minifig packs where you could buy and trade. And, you know, I could see adults going to Starbucks and doing a minifig swap of Office minifigures. But that's it. Two great sets coming out. The Office comes out October 1st. And I think that Camaro, that comes out really soon. It comes out August 1st. This video is being recorded right around that period, so it may come out already. Just not sure about that. But anyway, love both of these sets, and I think you should consider taking a look. That's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with wolfofbricks.com. Always go out there and get it.